My name is Amraoui-Why. I'm a musician and a mentalist. And I'm just in love with what's happening today because everyone has been building up to this point to finish up, to build to what everyone has said earlier and to do my talk. I grew up in Adrar. I'm from Iran, and I used to do magic and mentalism professionally in front of other people. Unfortunately, now I can't do it because I'm doing my doctorate. So I would love to, if you guys don't believe that I'm a magician, I would love to do something real quick with you. So all you can see this, okay? So what magic is, like, for example, for it goes away, then comes back. Yeah, no, that's... Thank you. So, as I told you, I became a magician and a mentalist after something that happened to me when I was young, just like 7 years ago. So I would like to share my story with you and how I would like to do what I'm going to talk about. I would love to be doing magic tricks for you all the afternoon, but I would like to talk about something that is really, really fascinating. Actually, how I got to become as a magician and a mentalist is that, like, one day I was just home. I used to be like such a nerd. I just stayed home, like, working with my computer all day long. And one day my mom comes to my room, she kicks the door open, and she's looking around for something so she can yell at me for some reason. Fortunately, you know how moms get. Fortunately, at that day, I have cleaned my room, so we started staring at each other, and I was like, what's now? And she says, tomorrow is your sister's birthday, so you better prepare something nice for her. And of course, I was broke at that time, and I didn't have anything to buy for her. And there was like this deck of cards that magician used, and it was on my desk just staying there for a month, collecting dust. And I remember I have seen like on YouTube some tutorials how to do like simple magic tricks, and I said, like, why not just learn a trick or like 3 tricks or 4 and then perform for her the morning after. So the day comes and my sister is there with her friends and all of that, and I go there and I start performing magic trick. And you know how it went? Well, it sucked. Seriously, it sucked like so much. Except for one trick though. I performed it really well, and when the children saw it, they had like this look on their faces. And that look was so precious to me that I really wanted to do more. And from that day, I wanted to perfect things. And being like a perfectionist, you have to learn everything that there is to learn about like this subject that you are interested in. And from there, like for the next 6 months, I was like Alice in Wonderland. It took me to a rabbit hole where I started with mentalism, started with magic, then moving on to mentalism, then hypnosis, and then NLP, photographic memory, you name it. I have studied like the whole subject. But I got interested so much in mentalism because I believe the human brain is such an amazing machine, and as human beings, we are far away from understanding how it works. And being a magician, being a mentalist, is really not an easy task. Because when you are doing magic, all you have to do, like for example what I have done, is, let me show you how it's done by the way. What you do is that you just learn something at home, you do it with yourself, and actually it can transcend the language barrier. I can meet a Chinese person right now and I can do some magic for them, and it doesn't matter whether we're going to communicate or not because it's all visual. For example, like magic, it's all like I do this and it's gone. But it's actually right here. So you see, it's just a technique that I perfect. Like I pretend I'm gonna put the ball, if everyone can see, but actually I don't put it right there. And I look, and everyone will look with me. Actually it's right here, but when I look here, everyone will look. That's called misdirection. The bigger movement hides the smaller movement that happened. So I'm just gonna continue talking. Everyone can hear me, so. But being a mentalist is not an easy task. Because you have to deal with a lot of variables, you have to talk so much, you have to know to deal with the personality of the person that you're dealing with, you have to know their background, how you're going to frame the trick, and all of that. So, knowing psychology is a must. You have to know psychology and philosophy and all this kind of stuff in order to do a good mentalism trick. And I got to a point where I actually moved to do fortune telling. And fortune telling is like when someone comes with a deck of cards and sits with you and gives you, like, tell the future and predictions about what's going to happen to you. Well, Actually, I was like one day at home. I never was interested in fortune telling. I used to do it to people like mostly women that come to visit my mom or our relatives in the house, and I just do it for them as fun. But I noticed something that they always came back for another round. They always wanted me to do more for them. And they said something that I do it better than anyone that have ever done it to them, because not only that I do it good because they're just simple techniques, but they feel like they know me, like I know, and I know them more. Not know them like in the terms that they know my mother or we are acquainted, but like I always do a personality analysis beforehand. And one day I was visiting a relative, and there was a woman there. They said she was a fortune teller, and she was great, and she had a lot of customers and a lot of clients. So at that point, when my curiosity hits, I wanted to go and see what this is all about. So I offered to pay for a reading or for a session, and I went there, and she did the reading for me, and actually I was really, really disappointed, because I could see everything that she was doing, and there was nothing as much to it, okay? And this is what I'm going to be talking about today, which is fortune telling. To demonstrate this is for you better, I have did an experiment this morning with 5 people that I have never met before. I still don't know even their names. I retained them from telling me their names or anything. And please help me walk them here on stage. We did. Where are you? There are 5. So what we did is that we went to the other room, to the lunchroom, and c'est bon, yeah, join me. So we went to the lunchroom, I introduced myself, I did some magic tricks for them, and I did some mentalism tricks. And then, I brought these envelopes, that you can see everyone is holding a locked envelope, open them please. And I gave them a piece of paper, they put their hand, and they trace it on the piece of paper, and they note their birth dates on it, okay? And then I went back, I wrote the personality analysis for each one of them, okay? So, please, yeah. Let's start with you. I know you'll be that because you are a speaker. Okay, what's your name, please? Lubna. You? Amir. Ines. Nice meeting you for the second time. So each one of you had your own reading, correct? Okay. Can you say to everyone that I have never met you before?
No, we never.
Never met them ever before. And yeah, thank you. And I did a personality analysis for each one of you, correct? And so from 0 to 100%, how much does it apply to your personality?
100%.
100%. How about you?
I'll give it a 70.
70%?
50.
50%?
80.
80%? 100%. Okay. So I never met them before. They just put their hands on a piece of paper, put their birth date, and you can see like it varies between 50, 70, 100, 100, and 80%. Now, how is that done? And I would like to now, all of you get out your readings, please, that I gave. There you go. Voila. And please, what I want you to do is that close them and, yeah, give them again. Yeah, this is your reading, right? This is your reading.
Yes.
Yours, and yours, and yours, and yours. So, what I would like you to do, Amir, here you go. Please mix them up, shuffle them, mix them, so we don't know which one is which. Okay? And again, distribute them to all of them. And I would like each one of you to guess who is the reading that they are reading to. Like which person has, yeah. There you go. And you give it to her. So please open it and see who is the reading for whose person. Can you guess? You just, no, you just got your same. Yeah, you got, okay, you got the same. Okay, mix them again, please. Okay, that's just a coincidence. Mix them again, please. These things happen, you know. We never... Yeah, mix them again. Exactly. Okay, now distribute them. Yeah. Okay, just take one, and take one. Open them again. Oh, you all have your. Well, actually, it's all the same reading.
What?
It's all the same reading. Everything that they read is just the same. 5 people. Never met them before. I give them all the same reading, and you can swear it's personal, right? Yeah. You could swear that I know stuff about. There was stuff from the past that they did. There was stuff about what they do right now, and stuff about their own personality that they think it's super intimate. Am I correct? Yeah. See? So please, thank you so much. So, how do you do this? Now, I think I got your, one second, we could get to that. So, I think I got your interest about what's going on, what was happening in the piece of paper, right? And this is actually what fortune tellers do. They give you the stuff that happened to you before, the stuff that's happening to you right now. What's stopping them from telling you what's going to happen next? Because you build a credibility like that. If I go to each one of them and tell them this is what's going to happen next, they would believe me. But it's all based on a trick and a technique called cold reading. And what cold reading is a set of techniques that is psychics, astrologists, fortune tellers, magicians, mentalists, they all use it. But since no one knows it's actually a technique, you would think that it's something supernatural. And this is what it's all about. Like, because mentalists and magicians, they are liars. They lie about having the power of doing supernatural stuff. As in the words of Carl Germain, he says, magic is the most honest profession because a magician promises to deceive you, and he does. And what comes to the fortune tellers is that they tell you as if it's reality, it's true. So what are these techniques of cold reading? Well, cold reading is a set of general statements said to people, and then when they hear them, they think it's personal. It's all about interpretation and perception.